Crocoin has been on an absolute tear over the past month, up just over 82%, as the demand for this altcoin continues to increase with record burns, record amounts being staked on chain, and it would appear as if Crypto.com would like to continue increasing the demand for this token, as they have just launched a new promotional campaign for their Crypto.com Visa cards in collaboration with Apple. You can expect to hear about all of this and more in today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do enjoy the content, please consider hitting that sub and like button and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when all of our latest videos go live on the channel. So without further ado, we are going to get right into today's altcoin of discussion, and that's going to be Crocoin. This altcoin has been on fire over the past month, up about 82%. And if you take a look here at the all-time chart, it appears as if there is still a long way to go if you believe this thing can reach all-time highs. In fact, if we just take a look at the price range here, for Crocoin to get back up to that dollar tag that it almost reached in the last bull run, that would be about a 500% move from current prices at the 16-cent level. Now, what Crypto.com appears to be doing is trying to further increase the demand and purchasing power for this token, as they are now offering a collaboration with Apple, which basically offers free iPhones and free MacBooks depending on the card tier that you actually get. So you can see here that Crypto.com tweeted, apply for or upgrade your Crypto.com Visa and get free Apple gear. So the Jade Green / Royal Indigo, you get yourself an iPhone 15. Icy White / Rose Gold, you get yourself a MacBook Pro and more. And the Obsidian Black gets you a full suite Apple package. Now, this is a limited time offer, which means there's only about 25 days left to actually take advantage of this. And we are going to break this down in just a couple of minutes. But first, I do want to give you a quick word from this video sponsor. This video is brought to you by Kaching Win, the biggest crypto-based lottery on the Cronos chain, and they have just launched their new Turbo Draw feature where you can deposit your Crow and choose Turbo Draw for even greater rewards. So this is a collaboration between Kaching and Vano Finance, the largest liquid staking solution on the Cronos chain. The first winner was announced back on March 5th, and this is going to continue. So you can actually deposit your KCH, which is their native token, for a yield of 5.4% APR. And the way this works basically is when you opt for Turbo Draw, your Crow is turned into Liquid Crow through Vano Finance. L Crow is a liquid staked version of Crow that compounds staking yield over time. That yield comes from the Crow staked on Cronos POS validators, which gives a higher yield. And to get an idea of what a difference in rewards the Turbo Draw is from the base draw, which was already pretty impressive, we're going to take a look at their website here. So for starters, the way this actually works, right, is essentially you stake your Crow in Kaching to be eligible to win prizes. Owning tickets gives you eligibility to win prizes. Each ticket is imprinted with their own immutable number. Every day a draw will commence. This is where they randomly generate a winning number to which they compare each and every ticket's number. The more tickets you have, the more unique numbers you will have, the more chance of winning you have. And then even if you don't win at that time, don't fret. The tickets are neither lost nor consumed. Every ticket is re-entered into the following day's draw, effectively meaning you enter one draw, you are entered in all of them as long as your Crow is staked. And so you can see here the base draw is offering 5,000 Crow for the pool. And if we take a look at the Turbo Draw, it is offering 10,000 Crow, so literally double the rewards as well as a higher yield on top of it. The team also decided to kick off the Turbo Draw and celebrate its launch with a Turbo Mega Draw with a one-time jackpot value of $5,000 in Kaching token. And you can also check out your draw history right here on their website if you do so choose to enter. So thank you to Kaching Win, the largest crypto-based lottery on the Cronos chain, for sponsoring this video. So earlier this week, we saw this tweet from the Crypto.com official account. They said basically apply or upgrade your Visa card to get this Apple gear. So earlier this week, we did see this tweet from the Crypto.com team offering Apple Gear as an incentive for people to either purchase their Visa or to actually upgrade their Visa. And here's a little bit more of details of a detail for it right here on the forum. So earlier this week, we did see Crypto.com actually announce that they are incentivizing people to either apply for or upgrade their visas through this new promotion that they do have going on with Apple. So until April 2nd, 2024, every Crypto.com app user who applies for or upgrades their Crypto.com Visa card and meets the Crow net buy requirement will receive a reimbursement in Crow for purchasing their favorite Apple products, from the Vision Pro to a MacBook Pro to an iPhone 15 Pro. So the higher the card tier, the higher the reimbursement amount. So for Ruby Steel, you actually get up to $40 worth of Crow. For Jade Green or Royal Indigo, it is iPhone 15 or up to $800 worth of Crow. The Icy White or Rose Gold intermediate Apple package, including a MacBook Pro, iPhone 15 Pro, and Apple Watch. So you're basically getting up to $5,000 worth of Crow rebated. And then for Obsidian Black, a full suite Apple package, which is the Vision Pro, MacBook Pro, iPhone 15 Pro, and Apple Watch. So up to a $20,000 rebate. So how does this work? Effectively, you lock up your Crow to reserve or upgrade to a metal Crypto.com Visa card, Ruby Steel, or a higher tier. Perform Crow net buys, 100% of Crow lockup requirement in the Crypto.com app during the promotion period, and Crow purchases for card lockup are counted towards this sum. Activate your card and spend at any official Apple store, physical or online, with your new card within 30 days after card issuance, and receive your Crow reimbursement in your crypto wallet within 3 months after the promotion period. So only new card holders and card upgraders, so persons who upgrade their card to a tier above their highest historical card tier / Crow lockup tier, who also achieve a Crow net buy volume of 100% of the cardholder Crow staking requirement during this promotion period will be eligible. And Crow net buys is, obviously buys versus sells versus withdrawals. And only the first transaction at any official Apple store using the new Crypto.com Visa card will be reimbursed. So effectively, what this means is that if you are going to actually purchase a card, so let's say that you lock up Crow for the Jade Green or Royal Indigo, you have to buy that iPhone 15. That's not a good example, actually, because it's a single item. So for the Icy White or Rose Gold, you are eligible for a MacBook Pro, iPhone 15, and Apple Watch. You have to buy them all in one purchase. You cannot make several different purchases. You will only get reimbursed for the first one. So that definitely is something to keep in mind. And they wrap it up here by saying the Crypto.com Visa is a zero annual fee card available in over 40 jurisdictions and boasts a host of benefits, including up to 5% back on spending, complimentary airport lounge access, Spotify, and Netflix rebates. This promotion is offered by Crypto.com independently, not a partnership between Apple and Crypto.com. And yeah, I mean, I do kind of want to talk about the Visa real quick. We haven't really covered it on the channel for a minute, and we haven't really had to because they did those wave of reward increases for the Visa a while back, and definitely was nice to see, but there has not been too much going on here recently. However, despite not talking about it, this is still my favorite crypto Visa on the market. I think it's one of the best offered globally. You saw right there by the post, it is offered in over 40 jurisdictions, and this is also good for the actual price action of Crow. So, the way this Visa functions is you actually have to purchase a certain US dollar amount of Crow and lock it up for the Visa. So for Ruby Steel, it's 400 USD, Royal Indigo and Jade Green is 4,000 USD. Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White is 40,000 USD, and Obsidian Black is 400,000 USD. And here are the card cashback rewards. So Ruby Steel is 1%, Royal Indigo and Jade Green is 2%, Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White is 3%, Obsidian Black is 5%, and these can all be boosted by up to 3% with the Rewards Plus program, which we did cover in a previous video. And this effectively does act as a buff to the rewards, and this is dependent on how much you actually buy and sell within Crypto.com, what your rolling crow balance is, and a couple of other things that we did cover when they initially launched this program. Now, the Visa, the reason I do like this Visa and I think it's smart on Crypto.com's behalf is because you have to buy Crow and lock it up for a 6-month period to get the card. Now, what happens after 6 months? Well, you can choose to unstake your Crow if you so please, but if you do that, I mean, you can see that right there, right? You lose quite a large amount of the rewards. The Ruby Steel and Royal Indigo and Jade Green lose all of their card cash back. The Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White drops to 1%, and Obsidian drops to 2%. So, yeah, they really incentivize you to not only buy Crow, but to actually keep it locked up to continue generating those rewards. And there's some other stuff down here as well that gets taken away. You know, the Spotify, Netflix, Prime, Twitter, Expedia, Airbnb, depending on the card tier that you're actually in. So the other thing to kind of talk about is, how much of the Crypto.com Visa actually takes up the Crow supply. How many buyers of this altcoin are actually using the Visa program? Is it super relevant? And we do have some on-chain statistics to verify that, yes, I do believe it actually is pretty relevant. So we actually saw back in mid-January that Crypto.com, what they did was they actually moved all the Crow coin that was locked up for the Visa into the Chronos POS chain, okay? Now, the Chronos POS chain currently has about 9.096 billion Crow staked. And if we take a look at stakingrewards.com, we can see what the change was or what it was before they did this. So at about January 14th, there was 6.8 billion Crow staked, and then after Crypto.com was done moving over all the Crow locked up for the Visa, that went up to 9.07 billion, effectively meaning that about 2.2 billion Crow was actually locked up for that Visa program and did get moved on a chain. Now, if you consider that Chronos does currently have a circulating supply of about 26.5 bill, that means that 8 to 9% of all Crow in circulation is locked up for the Visa. And then if you consider that there's, out of that 8 to 9% here, there's about 33% of all Crow circulating locked up on the Chronos POS chain, and then 8 to 9% of the total supply is actually, for the Visa, and these are all locked up for that yield, which currently sits at about 6.22%, if I'm not mistaken, 6.5%. So actually steadily increasing in line with that new proposal. So it's not a small amount at all, right? Like, it definitely is something to pay attention to, in my opinion, as not only does it create buying pressure for Crow, but it also does incentivize people to actually hold it to continue receiving those rewards. And I do kind of want to wrap things up taking a look at the Crow coin chart, because as you can see here, even with the impressive price action, up about 200% from the bottom, this altcoin still has a long way to go to get back up to those all-time highs. Now, the one thing I am looking for at the moment is the fact that we are staying above this 12.5 level. This was kind of like the last official area of support, or rather the last attempt we saw of Crow to hold the line at 10 cents and break out before it dumped to the bear market lows of 5 cents. And I do always look at the bull market support band as a super important, metric for the price action here, or rather an indicator. And we can see that this rejection at the bull market support band, it did also line up with the FTX collapse and the Crypto.com FUD, but it did also coincide with a 50% decline in Crow coin in one weekly candle, okay? And then on a breakout back above the bull market support band here at about the 5.5 cent range, we have now effectively seen Crow coin go up, 200% more or less. And even just from that bull market support band breakout, this thing's up like 190, 185%. And the one thing that I think is the most important is the fact that we do hold this line right here, okay? You can see the first time that Crow coin tried to break out, it got rejected there at a pretty significant level, and now it is well above that. And in my opinion, opinion, it looks like it does want to run up to that 20-cent range, which is the next area of resistance for this coin. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about Crowcoin and the new Crypto.com promotion. I hope you all enjoyed the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.